Hey guys, MonsterMatt here, finally, with Pokemon once again. We're still working on our team. Everyone's growing, everyone's getting stronger. But we're here to check out, of course, the power plant today and all of its deserted, empty, forgotten glory. In the hopes of finding Zapdos, what has replaced Zapdos. As you guys know, we captured the Moltres replacement last time with McNuggets here, our Doug trio. So we will see what we find behind this door. Honestly, this place kind of mystifies me a little bit, because it's just like, alright, I get that it's abandoned. Look how Zapdos moved in, I guess. Like, what, ooh, Gyarados. What did happen here, though? Like, for real, you know? Like, it just kind of seems like Zapdos was like, oh, hey! There's like, a power plant where I can just land and soak up electricity. And I'm just gonna do that, and like, no one's gonna stop me. You know, like wouldn't the local government have done something about this? Like, does Kanto's Elite Four just not give a hoot? You know, like to just allow a legendary bird to just be like, yo, so this power plant that your entire region needs is mine now. You know, like, is it just how it works? Like, I get he's a legendary and he's pretty strong, but Lance could take him. You know, he resist. You know, most of his team, except for his Gyarados, I guess, resists electricity. So I don't know. It seems odd to me that they would just let this happen, and nobody even mentions it either. Like, as far as I remember, nobody, like, there's no NPC in the entire game that's like, oh my god, my TV stopped working. What's up with that? Can you go solve this for me? Like, nobody's noticed. So where does their power come from? Like, at least in Gen 2, they're like, oh, hey, dude, like, the power plant, you know, it's broken, so you can't use, like the trains. Like a golem. You know, like, at least there's some acknowledgement that something is wrong. But, like, where's the power? Oops, wrong one. Where's the power coming from for the rest of the region? Even in Gen 2, like, they still have power, they just can't use the train. So, I guess, considering this is 3 years before Gen 2, I suppose... Ooh, Electrode. Or something randomized. What is it, I wonder? A Sandshrew! Oh, look at his face, look at him. He's like, hi. He's cute. I love Sandshrew. He's a very cute Pokemon. Sadly, the Gyarados would have been our encounter here, so... But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, it seems like the power for the region comes from somewhere else, I suppose. And the power plant, like, only exists for that train system. So maybe this power plant was actually built as a precursor to that. Like maybe it exists because they're planning to make the train thing. But then again, you get here in Gen 2 and it's a whole different building. Like, they've totally revamped the insides. Like, I don't know if they tore it down and made a new one or what, but it's definitely different than it is now. Unless, I suppose it's possible that, like, you know, that's just, you know, you can just chalk that up to, like, you know, game alteration, you know, like, oh, it's the same power plant, but between Gen 1 and Gen 2, they refurbished the insides, or just you know, the design team just reimagined what it looked like inside, which is very possible, I suppose. But it still begs the question, like, hey, there's a legendary bird in your building, you know, just taking up all this space and making the thing you built worthless, you know, so what you gonna do about it? And the answer is apparently nothing. Nothing. We'll go with this. Let's just whatever. Man, there's a lot of electrodes in here. Well, you know, former electrodes. Hey, Cloister. Cloister. I'm just running because, like, I mean, they are good experience, but they're also, like, ice types. So I'm a little antsy about that. I suppose I should fight them because Ophelia does need to get up to an awfully high level to achieve the not failing at everything, you know, because Dragonite is awesome. Fine, I will fight them. But, like, Moltres, you know, is just in you know, Victory Road, minding his own business. Or who knows, off in some, you know, forgotten island no one goes to. Nice and private. But Zapdos is like, nah, I'm landing here. I want this place. It's mine now. Like, is Zapdos just inherently more brash? Does he just not care? He's just a total savage, just like, nah, you built this, but it's mine. I'm nesting here now, deal with it. You know, he's like just like that, you know, that one pushy relative that just barges into your house and just like takes over your couch. You know, just like mine. Alien encounter right here or something else though. A Spearow. Ah, yes. Please tell me Zapdos is not just a little 50 Spearow. I would be somewhat sad with that. But yeah, sorry for having such a long gap between these episodes. I have issues finding the time to record, and I finally ran out of. I honestly, part of what helped motivate me today was I finally ran out of backlog for Monster Sanctuary. So if you guys notice all of a sudden I sound a bit different in the Monster Sanctuary videos, it's because I had like 15 of them backed up, so I could just like make sure I was on time for the foreseeable future. And so I finally ran out of those. So I had to be like, all right, Matthew, stop dragging your feet, get off your butt, and go do what you wanted to do in the first place. So, yeah. So the good news is, hey, we'll finish Pokemon while we're at it. Eradicate. Which reminds me of Pokemon Season 1, when Ash was like, hey buddy, you've got a great Eradicate. Like he was, they're on the St. Anne, I believe it was. And where like he and this one old guy have a battle between Butterfree and Eradicate. And he's like, oh, your Eradicate's really cool. Oh, and I like your Butterfree, want to trade? And he's just like, sure. And everyone ever was like, why? You know, what are you doing, you small boy? And he's just like, well, why would you trade your Butterfree for this? You know, like, you know, I mean, granted, like, he didn't win the battle, but he was, like, about to, as I recall. Like, he'd used Stun Spore, which is another thing I'll get to in a minute, actually. But he'd used Stun Spore, and, like, Eradicate was totally, like, just down. And the other trainer was like, no, alright, well, we'll just call that a draw, and just stop the fight. Like, just backed out, like, real fast before he officially lost. And then it was like, oh, well, you know, this is an even trade, let's trade. Like, dude, you just, like, what? No. Your Pokemon clearly lost. And then Ash is like, sure. And you're like, what? It's very perplexing. But no, the other thing that kind of brings up is in the anime, status conditions are just busted. Like, think of the number of times Ash would just shut down Team Rocket, or like entire groups of people, by using Stun Spore. Or like Sleep Powder. I mean, Sleep Powder I kind of get because you're asleep. But Stun Spore, which, I mean, yes, like, paralysis is kind of irritating in the games. You know, the chance you won't move. But in the show, it was like, alright, I've used this move and you're now totally immobilized. You're just gonna stand there like a fool while I do whatever I want. Like, oh, sure, yeah, that's not broken or anything. Team 26, is that not... Swords Dance? Ooh, that's pretty cool. I mean, a Doug trio with Swords Dance is a somewhat horrifying idea. Especially if it learns Earthquake. I think it already has, too. Smokescreen. Yeah, hard pass on that one. But a Doug trio with Swords Dance sounds hysterically dangerous. Just like, oh! I get stabbed round, and I also know Swords Dance. Ah, ha, 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 ha. You're all dead. You're all so dead. The deadest of deads. But yeah, I mean, I suppose it's kind of pointless to like compare the anime to the games because it was always going to take some creative license, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But child me was always very disappointed whenever I was like, oh, the show taught me to do this, let's do it in the game, and then it didn't work, or didn't work nearly as well, you know. Like that one where like Charmander uses Rage against Eevee. Well, 43. Wow, it's a beast of an Eevee too. Check you out. But like, you know, there was that one where like Charmander had to fight Primeape and used Rage, and like the Pokédex is like, oh, Rage, Charmander's ultimate attack. When using this, he will not faint and will fight until he wins. You're like, oh my god, oh jeez, hi. Hello, you're level 20. Oh, okay. I was gonna say you're scary, but no. But just yeah, like, you know, like it'll fight until he wins. You're like, oh, that's so cool. That's like the ultimate move, and you go back to your Pokemon game to use said ultimate move because it actually learns Rage in Gen 1. And then it's like, oh yeah, you're just locked into this move. Because back in Gen 1, Rage would lock you in. Like, you could not switch moves or change or like anything, so it would keep using Rage until it won. But the downside was you couldn't switch moves, you couldn't do anything else, and I don't think you could even change Pokemon And if you died, then you were just out of luck. You know what I mean? Like, you were totally locked in. So if you use Rage against something that, you know, wasn't pretty weak, or, you know, like say, like a... You know, because if you used it against Pokemon that had water moves, or was a rock type... Hello. Found you faster than I thought I would. Or was a rock type or something, you were up a creek, because your attack did nothing to them. You know, like, unless you were trading blows with like another fire type, or like a normal type or something, you usually got your butt kicked. Like, Rage was not a smart move at all. But here we go. We have found the home invader. We have 1,000,000 Master Balls, so this shouldn't be too hard, really. We've been here for like 10 minutes. Jeez. All right, here goes. Pardon me. What we got? Drowsy. Well, that kind of backs up my, like, couch snoozing comparison a little bit. Just like drowsy. I can't remember if we have one of these or not. I feel like we do. Somewhere, maybe? Maybe Hypno? I think I did. It's honestly, that's the one big downside to this situation. I don't remember what I have anymore. But, you know, sure, here. He's a static encounter? Why not? Here, we'll have legendary Drowsy. Legend Drowsy. And we'll name him Baku after the Dream Demon, because he is legendary quality, so maybe he is the Baku. The Drowsy. You know, like Poe from Kung Fu Panda. I'm not a big fat panda. I'm the big fat panda. You know, that kind of thing. I'm sure I've missed a few items in here, which is what I'm kind of sad about, honestly. Maybe I'll, like, throw on a repel and come back through. Alright, and we've arrived at Seafoam Islands to continue our exploration. Now this is a cave I know somewhat well, but not the best, so hopefully, it won't take me too long to get through here. With some max repels, it shouldn't be too bad. Once I kind of get my bearings, it should be alright, because I know that there's multiple entrances to this place, and I think this is the right one. I surfed here from Fuchsia, and I'm reasonably certain this is the correct entrance to get down to Articuno. Who had strength again? You did. But yeah, sorry for the little jumps and quirks here. My computer was doing some odd things. I had to reboot it and run a couple tests through it and such. Seems to be working fine overall. Just had a weird CPU spike, which I hope has been addressed now. But we will see. I'm kind of keeping an eye on my task manager to keep an eye on the CPU expenditure while I do this. So hopefully it'll be alright, or at least give me some heads up before something, you know, goes down, but we'll see. In the meantime, we have Pokemon to do. Where'd that boulder go? I know that there's like a series of boulders you need to push down, and then like, it completes, it blocks off a strong current down below. That much I remember. So basically, you see a rock, push it in a hole. The basic rules of Seafoam Island. See rock, find hole. Push rock in hole. This music's kind of snappy. I'll say that a lot of the original Game Boy Pokemon music is pretty good. It's alright anyway. Some of this is just kind of a maze. There's rocks. Hello. Alrighty, let's go ahead and re-up that Max Repel. I'm glad I bought these. That goes down there. How do we get down to those rocks now? There's water. This away. Here we go. This looks promising. But how am I going to get to you? You can shove this that away. There we go. And for this one, we're going to want to push this one up, because otherwise I can't get to it. They worked in some puzzle elements here and there too, you know? Like it's not exactly what I'd call a puzzle game by any means. They threw a couple things in there, here and there, you know? And if I Geronimo on down here, we should be blocked. See? There's a strong current was going through there originally, I believe. So if you surf up this way... Ah! See? Nice and easy. Alright, so we've caught ourselves a Dugtrio and a Drowsy. I don't know what we have here. Let's find out. Articuno was always my favorite, too. Like, like, there's not many good ice types in Gen 1, so Articuno was always nice. A Machoke. Not even a Machamp, a Machoke. Alright, well, that's just kind of disappointing, honestly. I kind of want to just drop this thing for experience. Because, like the Drowsy at least can evolve to a Hypno, but, like, Machoke is stuck as Machoke because I can't trade him. So, bye-bye. Level 50 experience, yes, please. Can we get a level of this at least? No. That's a no. Well, that sucks. Okay. Bit of a letdown, actually. Well, that is... I guess it's kind of a shorter episode, but I did want to take care of that before we hit up the Elite Four. I do not know if we're ready for the Elite Four, per se, because we haven't actually got Ophelia to a Dragonite yet, which would make me feel a lot better about the whole situation. But she's also not as weak as most Dragonair typically are, because, you know, she has decent attacks and stuff. Oh, see? This side still has the strong current. Spits you out over here. Hello, what's this about? Oh. A super potion! Well, that's helpful in a broad sense. But yeah, I guess I'll head over to the Victory Road once again, and we'll go from there, I suppose. Fortunately, I have Dig on McNuggets. I mean, you know. Honestly, like, I think our best bet for Elite Four right now is McNuggets. It's a Dugtrio with Swords Dance and Earthquake, and it's naturally really, really fast. So that's a pretty powerful combination, really. And Ground, aside from flying types, pretty much has the run of the place. The only things that resists Ground is, like, what, Grass? And in this game, in this generation, all Grass types, I'm pretty sure, except for Tangela, are part poison, so they're actually neutral to Ground instead of resisting it, I believe. So, barring that, you know, Ground kind of just has the run of the place. And I'm pretty do correct me if I'm wrong, but I think only Grass resists Ground, which is kind of scary, actually. Like I guess it's well, again, like flying is immune to it, but as far as resist goes, you know, that's why Ground is like one of the best offensive types, because they just don't care. It's just like, eh, we got this. But I'll see you guys in the next episode, probably on, because I'll probably have this out on Tuesday. We'll aim for a finale on Thursday. So a nice short one to kind of build up some speed, get us back into the swing of things, and I will see you guys for the finale on Thursday. Please have yourselves, well, I guess we could always go into the Mewtwo cave as well after the Elite Four, but that's bonus content. So we'll decide what we want to do there when we come to it. But for now, take care of yourselves because you're worth it. And for now, I'm MonsterMatt out. Bye-bye. Sorry for the ups and downs again, you guys, but hopefully it's all resolved now that I've done some tinkering and rebooting and option resetting and all that junk. So, knock on wood, and see you soon. Toodles.